Hey, looks like Greenland's going to become part of the USA. Or at least that's what Donald Trump wants. I propose that this is an awesome opportunity for Greenlanders to join the greatest country in the world. The greatest country of all time, in fact. And I'm not only saying that because I'm here in Alberta, USA, the next 51st state of the United States of America, but I say that because Greenland would be best to consider that option in a question forthwith, even this month. Have a referendum question. Put it out there. Should they become a state? Should Greenland become a state of the United States of America? Yes or no? Forget about this territory business or protectorate or some other association. Just ask that question. And I'm confident, after looking at some of the results of recent elections in U.S. territories like Guam and Puerto Rico, where the U.S. state option was put forward and a majority of people said yes. So, I think that would solve the question. That would put the first offer out there on the table and say, hey, Donald Trump, if you want the U.S. to own Greenland, well, we want to become a state. And he might shoot back and say, well, you're too small. You only have 57,000 people. Well, get this. Nevada joined the United States of America, or was taken over and became a state, with somewhere between 20 and 40,000 people when it became a state. Wyoming, which is still the smallest state in the Union, joined with about 60,000 people. So it is possible. There is no requirement in the U.S. Constitution. It's just up to Congress and in the best interests of America. And if truly Greenland is that strategic and full of minerals and strategic to you, and you don't want China to have it, and you don't want Russia to have it, and Denmark can't protect it because Denmark is so small and piddly. It has, what, 5.8 million people, and it's supposed to look after a country 20% the size of Canada? That's impossible. They have a military the size, a fraction the size of Canada, which is, Canada's is small. How are they going to do that across the Atlantic? How are they going to protect it from Russian warships? So that's really off the table at this point. Denmark, you should just let the USA take it over. Let them become a US state. This is just ridiculous. They're in the same hemisphere of the US. So it's not like they're trying to make a state out of a country in Europe or Africa. Greenland is just northeast of Canada, really. It's about the size of Mexico. I know it looks a lot bigger on the map. Anyway, that's why I would vote yes if I was a Greenlander. Basically, who would not want access to 350 million people in that type of market, the largest economy on the planet? $30 trillion, direct flights to that. Wow, the opportunities would be endless for Greenlanders. You would have 2 seats in the US Senate, one of the most powerful political bodies on Earth. And if Greenland is that strategic and Donald Trump really wants it, then it should be no problem making a US state. I would prefer that Alberta would be the 51st, but if it has to be Greenland to be the 51st to kick off the ball here so that people here in Alberta, USA understand the importance of becoming a US state, then so be it. So we could become the 52nd state. It's just the best option at this point. If you're an independent country this close to the United States of America, essentially, I'm not sure you're really an independent country. They're a nuclear power. They're the biggest economy on Earth with the most powerful military. If you're an independent country beside them or anywhere on Earth, are you really an independent country? So you have to ask yourself that question. The other question you have to ask is, do you really want Russia or China, like Donald Trump says, to be running things behind the scenes, pulling the strings? Or would you rather have a say and have the protection of the U.S. military? which you can contribute to. Obviously, it's something you need to contribute to. You don't just take from the union. You have to provide, and if you're going to provide strategic minerals and strategic location, I think that far offsets a small population like 57,000, which is no smaller than when Nevada or Wyoming joined. So there you have it. That's my opinion on this in about 5 minutes. Please comment below and like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.